My personal experience as a biracial person living in South Africa. I was born in Poland and I have a black surname. So firstly, I will say the people who comment, ask questions, and who just are either intrigued or whatever, investigate me, are mainly people in government departments and black people. That's my experience and what I have had to deal with personally at my capacity. So generally they ask when they see my ID in the departments, is this really you? How come? So I explain my background. Then there's sense about how can you not know an African language? How can you not speak one? It's very disrespectful to your father's tongue. And then there's also in high school and in varsity, I've experienced where black people have tried to in a box. And because I have a black surname, they automatically say that I am black, which is incorrect. I am biracial, and that's dismissing my Polish heritage. And that's not fair to me, because I identify as a biracial person, especially since I've been born in Poland and I grew up with a Polish heritage around me majority of my life. So that's some of the things that I've had to endure in my life living in South Africa as a biracial person. Another thing is people saying I have an accent and I don't sound South African. I don't know where that came from, but I've heard it quite a few times. I never noticed this before. Also, I generally navigate to how people speak. I change how I speak unconsciously. And if I do have an accent, it's unconscious, and it's just how I speak. And other things are just like people speaking to me in an African language, which I don't understand. I do want to learn. It's not that I don't want to learn the language. It's just that I've never grew up with it or the heritage of my African side. I've grew up mostly in my Polish heritage, and I was taught mostly my heritage of my Polish side. And these have been my personal experiences over many years in my life, what I've experienced. And I generally don't understand why I have so many questions asked about me, my life, my identity, like I'm on trial, proving my innocence and that this is my truth. I've had a situation at a post office where a lady took my ID, she checked, she had to have a discussion with her co-workers because she couldn't understand. Finally, at the end, she asked me to come forward in the midst of COVID, where we're supposed to not be very close to each other. And finally, she could say, okay, this is you. But I felt like this was such an unnecessary situation for me personally, and I didn't think it was necessary for all of that to happen. Another time, somebody asked me if I was married because I have a black surname, and I had to explain that is not true and that's not a fact. Found that very weird. I've spoken to other friends who are biracial. They have some similar experiences to me. And that's why I identify more with biracial people than the other two races that are made up of me, who are like me. Because we have an understanding of these different difficulties that we face on a daily basis. And unfortunately, it does happen. I hope one day people can stop doing this to us and learn that what we identify as, how we identify, is our business and none of their business. Thank you for watching always, and this is today's video. Cheers, guys.